Today we're looking at the Dive Rite Diffuser, specifically made for the BX2 handheld torch. I've looked at buying this for a while for my favourite torch. It's not overly cheap, and I've wondered how good it can actually be, keeping in mind that the BX2 has a very tight beam angle of 6 degrees. So I finally took the plunge and ordered it from my local dive store for just under $50 Australian. The unboxing won't take long. It only comes in this resealable bag with a small lanyard. The diffuser pushes onto the torch head. You can see the effect the diffuser has when I place it on the torch. The long narrow beam is diffused into a spot closer to the torch. The effects are a little easier to see when projected against a wall. The diffuser gets rid of the harsh narrow spot and you get a more even fall off of light. I've added 2 circles to the screen showing the spot diameter and the halo. You can see the diffuser has a great effect. While the BX2 was never designed as a video light, you can see the diffuser does a really good job of making this a workable video light. A closer look at the diffuser, we can see the plastic base, and on the inside there's an O-ring to help keep it attached to the torch. There's a fair bit going on with the retention of the diffuser material in the base. The diffuser material is pretty thin. Here I'm testing it on a ledge. It does a pretty good job. There's a bit of backscatter, but if you pull the light back behind the camera, that dissipates. The range is not huge, it works best closer to the subject. Now I'll take the torch away so you can get a feel for how much ambient light is available. Now for comparison, here's my Fishlight V25 video light. It's a 2800 lumens light with a 110 degree beam angle. This costs around $450 Australian. Just scrolling through the power settings, 100% is usually too strong in murky waters. Now back to the BX2 and the diffuser. So just a comparison without the diffuser, it's a totally different torch, not suitable for video at all. But with the diffuser, it's definitely usable for recording video. I love my Dive Rite BX2 torch, and this is my favourite configuration. It's excellent when hunting lobsters and can be clipped off to your BCD when it's not needed. Due to the light source being directly below the GoPro, it does generate a lot of backscatter. The backscatter is still present with the diffuser attached. You can see me adjusting the light down to minimise the amount of backscatter in the shot. It's better but not perfect. When moving closer to the subjects, the effect of the backscatter seems to diminish. If I turn the camera back out to the open, the backscatter gets worse. You can turn the torch off and just use ambient light to film. You have to be a little bit cunning to get enough light into your shot. This is a good example. Turn the torch back on and the backscatter returns. Here I have the torch on with the diffuser attached, but it doesn't add much to the shot other than backscatter. Here's the same shot in ambient lighting, a lot better. So after a couple of dives, there's some light marks on the diffuser material. I've made up a protective pouch to keep the diffuser safe until I need it. Here's an example of just using the torch without a diffuser. This shark followed me all the way up to the safety stop. Here I've turned the torch off to film in ambient light. When in the dark places, I've put the diffuser on and then back to ambient lighting. Considering the flexibility I've got in filming in such a small setup, I really love it. For those thinking, I need a tray and dual lights, and you're right. But that's a lot of gear to carry, but some dives recording video is not the main priority. I'm using a GoPro ball mount to use my existing GoPro mount on the torch to connect it to my homemade tray. I have some upcoming reviews on video lights and camera trays, so keep an eye out for it. My thoughts on the diffuser is that it does a great job and better than my expectations. It's ideal if you can't afford a decent video light or you don't film enough to warrant having a dedicated video light. Reducing the amount of gear you carry is definitely a plus. My only criticism would be that it didn't come with any protective pouch. It's definitely made my most favourite torch a whole lot more favourite.